We would like to take a moment here at Redline Radio to thank all of our wonderful sponsors. Detroit Auto Parts is not only the official parts store of Redline Radio, but it is also home of our original studio. They have two convenient locations on the east side. You can call 216-531-7373, or on the west side, you can give a call at 216-398-7373. And as always, if you mention Redline Radio, receive 10% off your parts purchase. Growing Wings Adult Services continues to be an official sponsor of Studio Number 2 and Redline Radio. With over 7 years of experience of taking care of adults with disabilities in the Northern Ohio area, you can reach out to Lisa at 234-334-7547 today to see how Growing Wings Adult Services can help you and your family. And as testified by their many satisfied companies, Dynatech's diamond saw blades are the fastest cutting and longest lasting. Customer satisfaction is how Dynatech measures success, and their engineers are always available to help you troubleshoot and solve a problem on your job site. Dynatech is the only saw blade company recommended by the pavement marking manufacturing industry, and they're located in Elyria, Ohio. Dynatech is committed to being the top diamond saw blade company around the world. We stand behind our products, and with a warranty and customer service that keeps our customers satisfied and earns us the ranking of best in the industry. You can contact Dynatech today at 800-446-9001, or you can email them at sales@dynatech.com or visit their website, Dynatech.com. Pit Road Diecast, specializing in all current and past NASCAR diecast cars and model car kits. And you know what? It's not just diecast model car kits. Oh, no. They have movie cars too. You could just ask Bill about that. But for all your diecast or model car kit needs, you can call Dynatech at 216-355-2347 and mention Redline Radio and get 10% off your in-store purchase. And of course, always keep Sean from Pit Road Diecast in your thoughts, prayers, or however you want to keep her in your mind, as she is currently battling cancer. We say it on every show. You hear it. Incredible Keepsakes is the official merchandise provider of all things Red Line Radio and our show hosts. T-shirts, cups, binders, keychains, hats, mouse pads, lions, tigers, and bears. Oh my! You name it, and Incredible Keepsakes can make it and customize it for you. You can call 440-242-9648 or go to their website, IncredibleKeepsakes.com. And as Mike and Diane always say, cherished moments are made to last forever. Got a little storm damage from all those storms we had a couple weeks ago? Well, you know who to call, and it ain't Ghostbusters. It's Wiggins Construction and Home Improvement. Bathrooms, kitchens, windows, doors, sidings, lines, tigers, and bears. Oh my, are you catching a pattern here, people? Residential or commercial, you can call Will today, 440-731-7654, and you tell Will that Redline Radio sent you. Congratulations to Chad Moon for being nominated as the best male frontman in Northeast Ohio in the Cleveland Music Awards this past week. But Bad Juju is the official band of Redline Radio, covering all of your favorites from the 80s and 90s. To book Bad Juju today, you contact the one and only Chad Moon, and you can do that at 440-458-0209.
The boy Dub Deuce in the building. All right, what up? It is that guy Dub, and I'm back with another video. How you guys doing at the end of the day? Shout it, I'm good money. Not today. We got a special guest in the building. You sent the most MVP guy in the ATL Bird Gang group on Facebook. You saying an avid Falcons fan. You said this guy does it all. He's into the car stuff. You see me on him on one of my vlogs. You saying Sean G, what's going on, my brother?
What's up, my guy? What's up?
Man, chilling. Now, before we get into this, you know what I'm saying? Of course, we got to get to the, you saying we got to pay the bills. So you saying if you guys you saying like this hat I'm wearing, it's for Dream Alive University. You can go to dreamaliveuniversity.com, use discount code ThatGuyDub, you get 15% off your order. This guy right here, this is Little Dub. He comes courtesy of CIA Customs. Holler at Denver Morales on Facebook. He can get you saying your own action figure made. He ain't gonna look as good as Dub, but you can say, hey, make it do what it do. But anyway, what's going on, my guy?
Man, I like the jersey. I like it.
This the last year, the Gradient Julio jersey. I'm still rocking the Julio jersey. I wish he hadn't left.
Hey, man, I still got a Julio shirt myself. When he left, I went and picked it up for cheap.
I know that's
so
right.
I got more gear.
I know that's right. Now, you are in the ATL Bird Gang group. I mean, it was many, as well as many other Falcons groups, and you are the last person. Like, if you do not know about the team, you do not want to go head to head with you. Now, what made you such an avid lover of our Falcons?
1998. Can't recall exactly how old I was, but I was I was young. And I just remember riding around the city and just seeing this excitement about the Falcons. And at that time, I didn't really care anything about football. I was into soccer. My older brother played soccer. So I'm always watching them. I'm always kicking around their soccer balls. But, man, riding around the city, seeing all these Falcons flag. I can remember the intersection that I was at when it struck me. I was by a mall. And I seen this Suburban ride by with the flags on there, all the little stuff on the window. And it's just kind of been slowly building from there for me. And once I got into watching the games and then streaming the games, that's when it really took off to another level.
Well, you said, well, we're not going to get into it for you said legal purposes, but you know, say, hey, you said you were an avid, you said connoisseur and making sure that everybody is involved in you saying the kickoff to the clock hit zero. We're just gonna put it like that.
Yeah.
And you have a huge following now. While in the group, everybody was happy for you when you went to the game, but everybody was pissed at you at the same time. And you said we're definitely gonna have to use it. This interview is going in the group because you said we get shout out to everybody that also did cover the game. But you said, like I said, I had to have my brother on my platform to let you know that you said if we didn't tell you, you were missed that day. I promise you were missed.
Okay. I'm gonna talk to y'all camera on that one. But go ahead, man. I feel you in on it. But I'm still streaming. I'm just not streaming in there per se. Not saying that I can't make a return, but it right now. But I did get the tags. Man, y'all know I go to a game. Come on, y'all. Y'all know I will bust out and go to a game.
I mean, because like I looked at some of the streams throughout the group and stuff like that, and it was like, man, they was on Buddy ass like back pockets. Because they was waiting for the music, and it was like, okay, for y'all that don't know that when you said Ro Timmy did the Falcons theme song, yes,
we gonna rise up.
Livid. I was so mad. You, my brother, it was like it's only because I rock with you I ended up falling in love with the song. Because I was I got so to my brother, but that song was getting on my nerve. But then it started to grow on me. You said I still have it as my ringtone to this day. So it was like I live in Ohio and my phone rings a bit red, black, and white. You know, like
hey man, I think I might have sent out 100 of them ringtones, if not more. The song, I just knew, listen to it, it was a catchy hook. I don't care what nobody say, whether you from the ATL or not. That was a well-written 2-minute song. I don't even think it's 2 minutes, but that was well-written. Simple catch line, straight to the point, catchy beat. Boom. All I had to do was chop it up, throw it in a little DJ program.
Speaking of the DJ program, the one thing you also add to your streams is actual DJing. You saying you're like, we get a first down, you're playing that clip. If you saying we hit stick somebody, you're playing that clip. If we get a touchdown, you're playing that clip. And so, what got you into doing that?
Man, just wanting to elevate my game. I'm always pushing myself. No matter
Okay.
what I do, I try to get better at it or add just something here or there that I can just bring more excitement. This year I actually got an intro for it, so I have to play that for you.
Okay.
Streaming everything.
Okay. Well,
Um,
you saying we play Detroit this week, so of course this is actually going to be it's going to go up Thursday because we actually going to get into a couple of topics that are actually current events right now that will actually be more prevalent. So when my show goes live on Thursday, those of you guys don't know my show is pre-recorded. I pre-record my show so I can get down and dirty with all of my guests, and you said I can work around everybody's schedule. You know what I'm saying? Because like everybody knows that I've had some dope guests, but we all know scheduling is a thing. You know what I'm saying? But right now, you saying I got my brother Sean G. You know what I'm saying? Just a messenger. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's all I am, man. That's all I try to be.
Mm-hmm.
But
Now, you speaking of being just a messenger, I was going to like say that I see you go back and forth in the comment section. You saying when it comes because like a couple years ago, everybody hated Matt Ryan. Then we hated Mariota. Now we hate Ritter. Well, I don't, but you know what I'm saying? I didn't. But you know, it's like I see you like literally going in on folks that are just talking out the side of their neck. You just like, is that fun for you?
a little bit. Mostly, man, I be at work. I have some spare time, so I just jump on, check the temperature. But I also like to try to get everybody to, how can I say it, have a point of reference. I always ask this question. Somebody say it's trash. I was like, all right, you say he trash. Who else trash? So I try to get a point of reference. Because we like to, I don't know what it is with black culture. We got so many slang words and trigger words, and we just like to just throw them around. So I be trying to figure out, what's what. I try to, maybe because I'm a Libra, that's where it comes from. I'm trying to balance something out, figure it out, then go from there. Or else
now,
I'm chasing my tail with an argument.
You see now, like a lot of people are saying, I guess Ritter's not as exactly battle tested. Of course, he's not. But I think he's doing a good job. He could. I mean, he could be better. But we're not gonna lie, he could be better.
Hey,
go ahead.
On my TO, that's my QB.
There you go.
As far as the battle tested, who else could come in first game against your rivals in their stadium and almost pull it out?
I mean, I'm not arguing with you.
He did that. Oh, and it's funny thing. We like to have nicknames in this group too. First you had Ryan Knights and Crying Knights. I was a Crying Knight because I wanted to go. Now we got Desbies, and I don't know what the other side is. But I always like to poke fun at them and say, hey, my QB undefeated at home.
And there you go. And then also, along with that as well, you saying we had a shootout game versus Green Bay. You saying we ended up pulling it out. I think we did well. I also think we did well. You saying week 1. You saying like I think it's like my only problem, and you saying I've been a Falcons fan all my life. So you saying it's like it's for the longest time. You saying it's like we've always been a first half team. We explode in the first half and then we let off the gas in the second half. Now, in your opinion, why do you think that might be? Why what you saying like you see other teams where they can carry throughout the full 4 quarters, but we seem to lose steam in the second half?
I don't know if it was all coaching, conditioning, or just the QB. To me, it was all of it. It was sometimes it was all 3 phases of the game. Sometimes it was just defense. Sometimes just bonehead coach move. Even let's go back to the Green Bay game. We got down there. I think it was on second or third down. Then we had to progress a little bit more to get a first down and go. We had 5 tries to get it to the end zone. Why did coach throw the ball all 5 times and not just take the 3 points
Right.
And a lot of people jumped on my back. I said when we hired the guy, and he drafted Kyle Pitts, 2023 Bills last year.
Mhm.
So I'm still standing on my mole here there. Maybe he put it out, maybe not. I'm still skeptical of Arthur Smith. I still don't trust him.
I'm still not sold on Arthur Smith either. It's like, to me, he's all over the place. A lot of the times he doesn't have it. We've had coaches that had it. I just feel like
Still like Mike Smith.
me too. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I know that Kyle Shanahan has had success using other places that he went, but anytime he loses, I celebrate because I can't stand that fucker. Fuck him. Fuck Kyle. Fuck Kyle Shanahan.
Man, yeah, he lost it for us. Hold on. Yeah, he lost it for us, true enough. But I read enough on it that some people pointed out that throwing play that he called, we caught the ball. We just got 2 holding calls. I think that was back to back.
I
He
believe that's
can't.
what it was.
Yeah, he can't. I mean, the play worked. But what else? I mean, we want to fully blame him, but the play still worked. We got a penalty. That was discipline on the player. Nobody ever brings up. I think it was Matthews or McGarry, one of them M's. I believe they got the holding call back to back. So it's like, without the holding call, we win. Then Matt Ryan become the greatest Falcon ever, truly undisputed.
I mean, to some, because like we see in the group, no matter what, unless we have another Michael Vick,
Whoever win the Super Bowl, that's gonna squash it.
or hell, if you want to not win a Super Bowl, but like get us the closest to winning a Super Bowl, I guess would have been Chris Chandler, but
him and Matt Ryan in the same boat.
Yeah, they got to the dance. They didn't leave with the girl.
Matt Ryan left with a few. I'm gonna say that because he did play well. I'm not gonna take that from him. Only thing I really pinned on him for that game was clock management. I read a guy went back and watched it. I can't go back and watch it personally, but he counted how many times Matt Ryan snapped the ball early, which equaled up to like an extra minute left for the Patriots to go back down and take it to overtime.
Right.
And that's just one of the things and small things that was wrong with Matt's game as a whole. Like Aaron Rodgers got that quick identification. Boom, I see it's too many men on the field. Boom, hurry up and hike the ball. Stuff like that. Take the free play. Brady was always pre-snap smart. Oh, I see this guy dropping in the cover. Oh, he on his heels. Oh, he on his toes. He go this way. Matt just didn't have it to me. A lot of people try to say he was cerebral. He could read the defense like no other with the greats. And I'm like, obviously not with some of the picks he threw. As the veteran he was, I want to say 2019 is really when the fall off really started. It was happening, but 16 through 18, though that's where he peaked at. I don't care what anybody say. 17 is really his better year. I blame the receivers on why we didn't go forward. They just had a fumbleitis.
Right.
But
okay, you said that there's been still a lot of controversy going on because the 28-3. You know what I'm saying? You as a Falcons fan, because I know I feel this way. Can we? Now that you saying the New York Giants lost 40-0, you saying from the Dallas Cowboys, can we let that go at this point? You think because we didn't get blowed out. You know what I mean?
Nah, man. I don't let it go, but I think the new focus should be on the Colts with Matt Ryan losing the biggest comeback, losing the biggest comeback of a season game.
Okay,
I hope that carrot that goes in his bag.
Right. You say now we're gonna shift gears a little bit because You were saying, like I said, I was on the way home. Of course, I was watching the Colorado game.
I ain't even finished the game, man. I think I caught the first 2 quarters going in the half. Then
Mhm.
I got out of work at 5, so I drove home and I didn't even turn it back on because it was looking
Well,
ugly then.
it did. I still believe, but I don't think they do. Because
What did the score end up
42 to
being?
6, I mean, it's like I know Oregon is a ranked team. We know this. What was your thoughts? Like I said, until you turned it off.
Uh, Man, I was hoping that they could adjust, do something. Just it got all this hype coming in, and granted, I can see it. But I can take my rose-colored glasses off and realize this is the first year program, and for these boys to even be playing this well in the first year
Mhm.
together, new head coach, new system, new everything.
Mhm.
That's an accomplishment in itself. He's already past the win loss from last year. But they only
Mhm.
won one. I think he's two. No, he lost today, so he's 2-1.
I think he
No,
was
three,
three
three
and
of
one.
them. Yeah,
Yeah,
3-1.
yeah, it was 3-1.
So that's 2 more games above last year that they won.
Mhm.
So
See, like anybody with an IQ above room temperature was not expecting you saying a Cinderella undefeated season because that's just asinine and it's not realistic. We're not the 72 Dolphins here. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, uh,
It'd have
I
been
think
nice in theory, but come on.
I can't say I had any expectations for them. I mean, of course, I'm not really a big college, but since I work on Saturdays now and I got access to watch it. I ain't got no choice but to watch it. And I get paid to watch it, so I
Right.
watch it. So I've been checking out Dion, and I like the hype around it.
Mm-hmm. Now, you saying it's like because Dion's such a high profile figure and such a high profile character and stuff like that, you said you got each coach taking pot shots at him. Now you said the coach for the Oregon was basically like you said, we're here to win games, not get clicks. You saying, and then to sit there and at the half when you're up 35-0, you saying, which I also got to give it to Colorado for the simple fact that you only allowed them one more score in the second half. That's commendable. But you said, with that being said, it's like when we get into because since you turned off the game, I guess you saying spoiler alert. The coach was still keeping starters in the fourth quarter, and you're up by that much. Are you
Uh,
saying is that the camaraderie, or do you think that's just like the coach trying to stick it to Dion?
oh yeah, he definitely tried to stick it to Dion. After the sunglasses and hat thing, all this "Do you believe?" Yeah, he wanted to make a step. He wanted to make a snap, and that's cool. That's gonna come with it. That's
Mm-hmm.
gonna come with it. I just hope that once Dion gets more players and probably get his talent level up to that of the Oregon,
Mm-hmm.
that he can come back and they can have a real shootout game. Even if he loses again, but just come back and be more competitive, that'll prove that his coaching works. And to stop him, like you said, only allow one more score in the whole second half. That's a big adjustment from the first half. 'Cause when I stopped, it was 28-0.
Mm-hmm.
So that means, that was right before the half. So come back, score again, and make it 34. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, like I said, so like they had some wins, saying stuff to build on, even though it was saying a horrible game. Saying but that's neither here nor there. But you said like as somebody who's in tune with football, because you saying you got somebody that's in tune with football that likes watching players that you saying that checks out stats and things like that. And you got your armchair quarterbacks that want to sit there and like we'll go back to Matt Ryan or Desmond Ritter, or Marcus Mariota. Used to saying, "Oh, they suck and blah 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 blah," but they wouldn't last a quarter of a game suited up. Period.
Uh, Most people couldn't, man. I couldn't make it in football because I was short, and nobody tapped me on the shoulder to say, "Hey, little man, you should be a wide receiver. If you want to play offense, I'm gonna hand you the ball, and let you run because you got quick feet
Right.
and you seem to be tough." But maybe that would have worked out better. But I did play football, worldwide soccer over here, and
Right.
I was known for that.
Right. Now, it's like before we go, we move on to another subject. It's like what are your thoughts on Shedeur Sanders?
Uh, he got to get a little bit better with his decision making because I've seen him sometimes, especially what was that Colorado State game that first started out, man. It's like he was just kind of all over the place and couldn't get settled. And I'm thinking he should be a little bit more polished than that, especially with Brady as your mentor on your game and stuff. But I guess it's just maturing as a player that has to happen for him. It's not
Right.
gonna happen overnight, and I really don't know how long that takes because different people it take different time.
Right.
I know just as for me in soccer, I could only kick with one foot the majority of my career until I didn't make the soccer team my 10th grade year. So that
Right.
whole summer, I kicked with my left foot, built up power. So it's just something like that, man. He just got to concentrate on that part of his game, get faster mentally, and boom, he'll be there.
Right. You saying now, moving on. You said it was like we got Detroit this week. What are you saying? What are your thoughts going into this week?
It's a winnable game. I know they got that guy Aiden Hutchinson that's been wrecking the line, but other than that, I don't really know too much about him. And I know Goff been on fire since he got there. Everybody thought Goff was damaged goods, couldn't do anything, and change the scenery for both QBs on the swap has paid dividends with each team.
Big facts. Now you saying like, say you were down on the field with the headset as head coach. You saying what is your game plan as a coach? Would you go in? How would you hype us up to get us prepared for that game?
Probably start out play that Rotimi, get everybody jumping around with it. Just hey man, let's get out here, be disciplined. Let's not give away yards through penalties, and do your job, be effective.
Okay.
And I would literally start hitting them with a air raid attack because their secondary is questionable still. I know they tried to revamp it, but they still questionable there. And I would lean on my QB. Hey Desmond, we're gonna start out with some quick curls, maybe a few crossing routes, get Pitts and Jonnu involved. If we have to, put 3 tight ends that do Pitts, Jonnu, and Michael Pruitt. And try to dice them up a bit, test their linebacker, see what they, see how they coverage, and boom, hit it with an over the top play. I might first play if I got the ball. I might go for at least a 20-yarder.
There ain't nothing wrong with that.
I mean, they looking at us to run, so hey, why not?
Well, you saying it's like we do have a very decent running game. We have some great assets to the team that we can use. Now it's like, and we get slept on a lot. And I think the one thing that people do say about Ridder is that he doesn't, his IQ is not there. So like he's missing open people. I've seen that a couple times. Whatnot. Now getting somebody, because he's still a freshman basically. So like, what would be that conversation you would have with Desmond Ridder? Like yo, because let's say like we march down the field, score a touchdown or whatever, and it's our next series up, and you can see he's antsy in the pocket like he gets sometimes. How would you get him back focused?
I don't know if there's really nothing I have to do. Just watch it from the outside. I've seen him throw a pick and not get flustered and come back out with the same thing. He seems to be very mentally stable in that degree. Because, what was that game? Green Bay. First pass got tipped. You went right back, caught it, stayed. So I'm not really worried about that. But I would try to figure out how do I get him started. You probably seen it too. He's like a slow starter. and by the fourth quarter, he humming. So for me, as a coach, if I was his coach or quarterback coach,
Right.
I'd be trying to figure out how can I get him started? How can I get him warmed up to fourth quarter Desmond as opposed to first quarter? Because look at his fourth quarter stats. I think he has a passer rating of like 118. Like it's lights out in the fourth. But 1, 2, 3, and not so much. But as lifelong Falcons fan, we'll take a fourth quarter on fire QB versus a dead QB in the fourth.
Right. Okay. Now we're gonna switch gears here. Now we saying like if you follow my channel, you know that you saying I've been around, I've done vlogs and stuff like that. And you saying I did a vlog with you when we reviewed your Kia Stinger, in which you saying to me, I knew nothing about a Kia Stinger until I came and kicked it with you. You saying it's like what is it about you saying like and you're really into Infinities and stuff like that? What got you into that style of car? Because you it's like you got so many subcultures of the car culture. You said, you know, you got your big wheel, old school people, you got your JDM people, you got your strictly, you saying original type of people. What got you into you saying like the Kia Stingers and the Infinities and stuff like that?
Gran Turismo. I mean, I always liked cars, and one of the first cars that really struck me was like the '88 Escort GT.
Oh my God!
With the hammers on it, man, the chrome hammers. I just love seeing them. Love seeing them. So you know that started. My dad was a big car guy when he was alive. Up until the day he died, he tried to own all GM. Had 2 Camaros, truck to match his original Camaro that he bought in 2013 was the same color yellow as the truck, so he had the whole little fleet thing going. But just that being in my DNA, then picking up Gran Turismo on PlayStation 1 and just being wild by all the stuff. I was already watching racing on Speed Channel. I was fortunate enough to have that on my cable. I really got into the 24 hours of Le Mans. I always try to stay up the whole 24 hours so I didn't miss anything. But just doing that, man, and then getting a Japanese car, which were the cheaper cars, as my first car. So I just stuck with that.
Okay. Now you saying like you on your because you also have a YouTube channel that which we will link down below. One again, Auto Garage. You know saying now. You were one of the first people I saw like do a mod to a C8. You know, saying like now when you said we know that you said like I said that you saying a lot of your own work and stuff like that, but you saying like how difficult is it? Because I've heard some things when it comes to like I said the C8, you got to take so many bolts and screws and things apart just to get the damn bumper off. You said how daunting was a task was that?
Trying to think back on it. I used to remember the exact number of screws that it took to get that rear bump off. And what really sucked, I had to do all that by hand. No power tool. I literally did it by hand. It was a Torx bit, which is odd to be on an American car anyway. But man, if you look at the back of a C8, I want to say it's about that much. Let me get on the camera. About that much space between each one of those little Torx bits, and that's all the way across the rear of that car. I had to take that off. I had to take out the trunk area in there, lift that out. And I think after I did that, there was another panel I had to remove. That was Torx bits also. That was like a heat shielding panel, kind of thick aluminum. Then on the passenger side, the rear fender well has to come out because that's the only way you can access the cat back where the cat area to get to the header and remove the exhaust. But then I didn't want to scratch the man's car. It made it even more daunting because I was working on it in another guy's garage. It's the guys, I think they're Vietnamese. Him with his C8 and his friend with the Super. I do mods for, so I was under pressure to perform. He talked me up. I'm grateful for the opportunity. I know this gonna drive views to me, so man, it was just it was some pressure there. If I could go
Right.
back and do it again, I probably would have took painter's tape with me and taped everything off with it. But overall, I did scratch the car. Ran into one issue putting on the exhaust.
Mm.
Brand new car. I think he had maybe 300 miles on it when he
Oh
did the
wow.
exhaust. And the header bolts, two of the header bolts stripped out on it.
Mm.
And it's odd because that passenger side has a 3-bolt flange and the driver side is 2-bolt flange. Don't know why, but that 3-bolt it gave us pure hell. And then I had to call my wife, get her to drive my tap and die kit down
Mm.
there, which is 30 miles away. So that was another 45 minutes I had to wait on that. Just pressure building up, man, being down there all day in the sun.
Mm.
But we got it done. Still thankful for that. That was actually my first Corvette I had ever been in or driven.
Mm.
Uh, Still waiting on him to come back with more mods, but I think he's pretty much done after the exhaust. I don't know. He may have done some visual, but performance, I ain't got a call back yet.
Right. Now you saying, like, speaking of C8s, you saying we'll see some of the YouTubers we watch, like a CJ on 32s or a Stunner Reese. It's like if you were like I guess a It's Raps that did Stunner Reese's C8, or a PC customizing that did CJ on 32 C8, who you think had the harder time, PC or It's Raps?
Uh, I've seen CJ's. The last time I seen it was like that blue color with the matching blue forges.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the other guys is. I ain't never heard of him, but
Stunner
YouTube,
Reese.
yeah, man, YouTube car culture is so large. You
Mm-hmm.
never know all of them. I actually got a second channel idea I want to do around just that, but
Mm-hmm.
we'll speak on that off camera.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, what all did Stoner Reese have done? He had a rap and
He just had it wrapped, and it was like, but either way, when I noticed, like, watching both builds, you saying, like, which is the reason I brought up the everything you had to take apart just to get to the the exhaust. It was just like it's so many pieces to that car, it just by itself. It's like, and whether you wrap it or you paint it, you got to take damn near everything apart and
yeah,
then be able to put it all back together.
if you want a good paint job, yeah, you take the part. That's where the money comes from in paint.
Mm.
Because paint, I got a little bit of background. I went to school for auto body and paint, and I can show you a door I painted with spray paint out of AutoZone with an actual clear coat that you would spray on the car. You would think that's real paint up on there that I sprayed and mixed up with hardening and all that. And what I learned, it's all in the prep work when you paint. If you can get that you can get your cut right on your primer, get that sanded well, smooth, clean, and spread evenly, you can make anything look like glass. But
It was like, you said, like, especially like in this car world, we see, like, it seems like a lot of people, they talk the talk, but they don't have the real passion. Like, you see, like once again, a lot of the car YouTubers, they're going through so many problems trying to find shops that are willing to do the work. And of course, with YouTubers, you saying, like, if anybody, you said, notice with YouTubers, we're constantly trying to reinvent ourselves. We're constantly trying to bring something new to the channel, which is why I started this right here. It was like, a lot of times these shops can't keep up, or they say they do good work and they really don't. So then you got to deal with that hassle and type of shit. You know what I'm saying? That, like, and things like that. You said, like, do you think that a lot of these shops just don't have the passion for it anymore?
man, I think a lot of these shops see the dollar signs. They see this guy, brand new C8, he gonna do X, Y, Z to it. Sell they sell, sell it. Hey, I can do this, I can do that. Show them a picture of this one car and don't tell them that it took 2 years to get it out. What I'm learning, man, most shops don't even want to touch anything custom.
Mhm.
All body shops want to do now is just take insurance work because they guarantee the check. Uh, they shortcut. I mean, most insurance companies ask them to shortcut
Mhm.
some stuff. I've ran into getting paint work problem worked out myself. I ran into it. I added a wing to my Stinger. I wanted that painted. Try to go to the best body shops in town, and I was willing to pay $100 to paint something that's really wouldn't even. I would say trying to give a length for camera. It's maybe 2 feet long,
Mhm.
4 inches across. Nobody wanted to paint it. I had to go to this startup body shop where they literally looked like he had two alcoholics in there painting and give them a shot, man. And man, when I say he sprayed it, man, he sprayed it. I had no issues out of that. Like that lasted for a good little while. It recently cracked on me, but that's because somebody leaned on my car and
Mhm.
flexed it so much, so that cracked. So I'll get that fixed eventually. But yeah, man, this shop thing. Um, you got so many levels to it. You got the paint, then you got people doing motor work, and oftentimes this is two different shops. Sometimes you end up three shops because with
Mhm.
3, 4 shops because you're trying to get your wheels and tires set up. That might be one shop. And you got a shop that's trying to do motor work. They may scratch up the car, take all day. They machinists may get backed up, just waiting on certain parts. So that may back up and hold a bill. Then once the car get the paint, they may break clips that they gotta turn around and order. Just it'll just pile up to you want to give up. It definitely get to that.
Mhm.
I just recently had a car repainted. Thankfully, it was covered by insurance.
Mhm.
But that paint job it was like 5K. They had a car
Mhm.
redone, and they broke the clips in my wing, and it's still on order. And I just checked the price of the clip. It's $10 a clip, so it's like $200 worth of clips that they got to put on there.
Wow.
So paint and body work that goes up. Engine work goes up too, cause man, if they don't measure that stuff right, and when you really pay to have a motor built and they measure each and everything like it's supposed to,
Mhm.
man, that's hours and hours. My motor bill personally took a full year
Oh
to do
wow.
the motor in my Infinity. So I was down a full year. Um, I had to track down some stuff. It took 2 different shops to complete it. The one shop started it. He didn't have the stuff to do one of the processes I needed done, so it got moved to another shop to cover that process. Then came back to his shop, got assembled, and during that year, I literally protested by not cutting my hair the whole year. I was just that upset with it. But the motor did run good once I got it. That's
Okay.
yeah, that's fastest motor I ever put together.
Okay. And you saying like now a lot of people they want to get into this game and stuff like that. You said like me personally, he's like if I'm in a like looking to get car work done, if a shop's got 900 cars in their lot, I'm not fucking with them. And the
I
reason I
don't
say
blame
because the reason I say that because you say like if you've got 900 cars in your lot, of course we're exaggerating with the number 900, but it's like you got a lot of using projects going on at the same time. You're not going to take the time to do my project, and using it's like so. You as an avid car guy, what advice would you give to up and coming car people?
when you go check out a shop, notice how clean it is. If it's not a clean shop or has a whole bunch of cars around, figure out why. One of the best shops in my city right now, well, not my city, but close, is SOB Motorsports, started by a
Mhm.
former military guy. And I pass that shop every day. Most of his clients' cars are Corvettes, Camaros. He's done a few old school, some Mopar deals, but the
Mhm.
shop always looks clean. The front parking lot always looks clean when I go by there. And I go by there, it was 5 times a week going to work, now it's just 4. But
Mhm.
again, it's always clean. Second, check online. Just check online. Just Google the name. No shop is gonna be perfect. Let's get that out your mind. I don't care how well it is. Some people are gonna complain. Some people gonna feel like, well, we agreed on this. When you took the car in, you didn't do it, and then you check the contract, or you finally talk to the shop owner because they gonna tell you that it was in the contract, but you finally see the contract. It was never discussed, never put down on paper.
Mhm.
So if you're going into a shop to get something done, make sure you communicate to them and put it down on paper. So that way, if it don't get done, then you got a leg to stand on. Because I hate that back and forth that's in the car community. That people get mad at simplest stuff and then bash the shop, and then not other people want to jump in who never even worked on the shop, where had the shop do work to them, and they just try to crash somebody's dream, dream job. Somebody work hard to turn the lights on at this shop. Shops ain't cheap.
Nah.
And I got two friends who run automotive shop. One has a machine shop within his shop, and the other one has just full automotive shop. Both got cars out front, which is kind of typical, but just watch the workflow of them. Just try to go visit the shop. If you plan on going to them, start visiting the shop and talking with the people.
Mhm.
That's personally what I do. If I think I want to go to a shop and it's something that I'm major, I start hanging around the shop a little bit, check them out, start asking in the street, tapping in with your local car culture. It is a good avenue to go down. And whatever you're into, whether you're into the big wheel game, uh, import game, domestic game, tap in and see who everybody using. And then after you see who everybody using, start looking at the work. All right, I know this guy painted this car in the community. Next time you see that car, walk around it. Especially if you can catch it in daylight, walk around it. And just try to inform yourself. YouTube, man. Go get that YouTube degree on what paint runs is, what solvent pops are in the clear coat. Just things like that. Just do it.
Orange peel and trash and all of that stuff.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
just deep diving. Same thing with an engine. Deep dive with your motor. Hey, I know this setup can get me here. And keep it simple. That's my motto in building. I keep it simple, stupid. I kiss it.
Right.
Kiss it always. Keep it simple, stupid. Because when you go outside of the norm, start trying to do extra stuff, that's one of $5,000 engine bill can turn into 10, 15, 20. And I hadn't took it down. But I've seen some guys that took 6, 7 years to get a motor built because they were just trying to do each and every little detail to build this motor, only to get the motor back in it, don't run or blow up quickly.
Well,
It's,
okay.
it's salty thinking about that guy and that, but yeah.
Okay, now we all have certain aspects of the car world that we don't like. I'm just gonna say mine, and I'm gonna ask you to say yours. Mine is squatted trucks. That is the most ignorant shit ever thought of. It's fucking squatted trucks. I hate that shit.
I got a little soft spot for just a little, man. It's a clean. I want to say second or third gen white 4Runner. Little young white kid. He look real skinny. Well, flat bill cap. Would he be riding it? And I catch him when I get out interstate. I mean, when I get out work and I get on the interstate, and I just see it just looking so clean. But yeah, I kind of agree that squatted trucks suck.
Now, you said there's lots of arguments in the car community, like especially like CJ on 32s. You said, like we spoke about him earlier. Now he gets so much hate. Now he recently acquired, I believe it was a 2023 Challenger super stock. He put 24-inch rims on it, and he's about to go 26s on it. But the car's been tuned to have 1,022 horsepower with 26-inch rims on it. Of course, he's not one to go to the track, but you just like, are you one of those type? You see a car like that, and you be like, you have 1,022 horsepower. What the hell are you doing putting such big wheels on something with that much horsepower?
Do we got time to go down that rabbit hole with me?
I mean, we can.
All right, let's jump into it. My first question is, what is your goal? It, to me, those type things, you're doing it for bragging rights. It's just a bragging thing. You're never going to use 1,000 horsepower. Most people can't even handle 400. That's quite obvious by the amount of wrecked scat packs that's on the street in Mustang. I myself, I've built my car to 400 horsepower and more. My Infiniti, when I supercharged, they made 430. A lot of people thought it only made 350 until they seen me running down the track and start doing the math on the numbers. It's like, hey, I know you make 400 at least, calculated by your weight. That's when drag racers put me on game that you can take the numbers, weight, and calculate the horsepower. But back to getting down this rabbit hole, I see it at all facets of the car culture. You probably seen Stance. That's the guys that want to be really, really low. They're like the neo low riders, except they just want to be slammed with wheels. They want to tilt them, what people call tilt, but it's really camber.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why you do all this to park your car in a parking lot for 9 hours or in a convention center for 9 hours, and you would go and buy a big brake kit, which is usually 3 to 4K. That's supposed to help you stop heat build up in your brakes so you can always brake at high speeds. That car either gets trailered there, or if it's driven there very slowly because they don't want to break anything before the show. Again, what is your goal? You look at that car again, you'll see, oh man, he got an aim game. Aim game is a very, very expensive Japanese company. He has an aim game wing on there. Car aired out on the ground. What are you doing? Pop the hood on it. All polished everything. Oh man, you don't turbo it too? What are you doing? I don't understand those type of bills to keep throwing bigger and shinier stuff to brag or try to score points. And truthfully enough, I'm very uninformed of how they score show cars. But for me, it doesn't make sense. It's you just throwing parts at it just so you'll be able to put something new on it. And I've always been against that. Always. When I look at most YouTubers Corvette, most of them look horrible. They go and put big wheels on it, and it looks horrible, bold. And I hate that rappers start saying with the offset wheels. Let me tell you here, front and center, people, every wheel has a offset.
Yes, it does.
Every wheel has an offset. And if you don't believe it, just check out your local Hondas riding around with wheels on them. Sometimes you'll see the wheels look like if this Defender, the wheel is up on the Defender like that. Some is out here, some is right here. This little zone right here, lined up with Defender, maybe a little in. That's what I like to call the Goldilocks zone. That's where your wheels look the best. Don't really have any issue with them hitting anything on the body. And it makes it really look good, and it don't make your car look like it's sitting up really, really high. None of that. Another thing I hate with car culture, specifically black car culture, we got to put rubber bands on everything. Another thing rappers popularized. Stop
Just
putting
hold on,
rubber
let me stop you
bands.
right there, brother. Just in case you don't know what a rubber band is, it's them skinny ass tires on them big ass wheels. That's what we call them, rubber bands.
Yeah,
Go ahead, bro.
that's typically a 25 series tire. For me, I would say starting at about a 30, but definitely a 20 and 25. They ride hard. You can hear everything. You can hear pebbles, and I'm not exaggerating. I had 30 series tires on my car. When I first got my 20s on the Infiniti, and they were stretched. When you stretch a tire, that's literally when you see people tires and the wheel is here, and the tire look like it's, how can I say, got a slant to it like that.
Yeah.
And with all that combined, that made the tire even harder. So it literally sounded like my front wheel bearings were going bad.
Mm.
And I knew they weren't bad because I had just drove a round trip from Macon, Georgia, down to Gonzales, Louisiana, and back to pick the wheels up. Man, I was so excited, man. I took maybe a 30 or 40-minute nap, got back up, and jacked the car up and put the wheels on. Called some friends over to check it out. Pulled the car out, got going down the street. I was like, hell wrong with my wheel bearing? I was had to realize that was just from the tires because the tires are pretty much part of your suspension. And when they can't soak up any of the bumps and they just so stiff, that's why you notice, or if you talk to anybody in a big wheel game who's not building correctly and speccing it right, they've had several cracked wheels, big wheels. That's a normal thing in that game. And shops are eating off of it.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm gonna cut it there, but yeah, man, I hate looking at confused bills. You buy this C8 that's meant to be fast in a straight line, fast around corners, and you're gonna jack it up because you want to put some 24-inch forges on there. And people stop buying forges just because they forges.
I mean, I like the way they look. I mean, I can't afford them personally, but I like the way they look.
It's like this, man. You know, as a black person, we'll buy something because it's in a rap song and it's considered designer.
Yeah.
All forges ain't ugly because I got another guy. I'm shout out BJ from the 478. He has a YouTube. Every Charger, Challenger, Charger, TRX, he don't bought them all and sold them. But man, the forges he's picked out for all of his cars, when I say all of his cars has forges, he had a BMW 528 that had forges. Then it came to Scat Packs and Challengers that all had forges. All of them was never the typical forges that you see everybody else. The big flat face with the weird swirl, the honey bun swirl. None of that. No, he bought some with an actual shape, something like a 5-star. He got one that kind of looked like a spinning 5-star that he had. And when I say, I just love to look at his. And he'll lower his. He actually lower his Hellcats or Scat Packs on 24s. And it fills up the wheel well. He gets spec right. And it looks so perfect. And I've seen people copy him locally or buy his cars when he sells them.
Right. Now, you saying like we said we got a few minutes before we get up out of here. You saying like we'll go to somebody like a Whistling Diesel. You saying we pretty much all heard of Whistling Diesel. This mofo took a Ferrari in a cornfield and set the damn thing on fire. That's the other end of the spectrum because you said we got ignorant Negro shit and we got white people shit.
Yeah. And
how did it hit you when you saw him running that Ferrari through that cut down cornfield?
I knew he was just doing some shit. He's got so much money to it. He really don't know what the fuck to do besides just keep rolling the camera and doing dumb shit. To me, he's following the Jackass formula. We all tuned in to Jackass, so
yeah, we did.
I mean, think about it. Sitting in front of the camera brought this man millions, so keep
Which
doing
is what we're working on. You said both of us. You saying is One Gun Auto Garage, and that got done with. You said we on your ass like back pockets. Just know we coming.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still waiting for my first viral video. Still trying to get it. I got a homie. He did a video. He's in a 2000 Nissan Maxima, and he destroyed a RT Charger or Challenger who tried to race him. He hung out the window. He got disrespectful with it. And man, that brought him millions of views, and he has 35,000 subscribers. All built out that one viral moment. So I'm trying to catch that viral moment. I wanted to race one on in my Stinger and do that on that beatbox thing, just as I slide past, but I could never catch them. I ain't never had a camera roller. So to me, that Dodge, I think the Dodge moment right now in popularity is kind of dying down, but I don't think it's gonna completely die. But if you're trying to go
Do you-
viral on car game, do something
Mhm.
with a Dodge.
Well, I was gonna say, do you think the Dodge you saying stuff is dying down because they're doing away with the you saying the motor?
Yeah. Of course, the availability of them is gonna tighten up, and then that another rabbit hole. I don't call them people car enthusiasts because
Mhm.
anybody can go watch somebody do donuts at a intersection and jump out there and get hit by it. I don't understand, and I don't see the enthusiasm in it as an owner of the car because I'm destroying tires and they destroy the drive shaft often. It's often the
Mhm.
problem. They blow out the drive shaft. Also from having a friend with a machine shop, him is tend to grind the cam out, and you have to replace that. That's like one of his bread and butter jobs that he got down to a science that he's making hand over fist money on. But those
Right.
are just a few things I knew about the Mopars. And the majority of the guys just get it because females like it, and females can drive the culture like that. So,
Mhm.
ladies, please be mindful of what y'all put forth and latch on to, because men are gonna want to do it to draw y'all attention, and if y'all put it on something bad, we're gonna get bad on the other end.
Yeah, big facts. Now, before we get up out of here, say you had an unlimited budget. You saying like, let's say unlimited budget. I know it's a cliche question to ask, but it's a nice way to end out the you send the episode. You had an unlimited budget. What kind of car and what would you do to it?
All right, you may not even know this car.
Okay.
1989 Porsche 959.
Okay, I'm familiar.
Okay. No, it's the funny odd stepchild, red-headed stepchild with the freckles for the
Mhm.
Porsche family. But when it came out, that was a true supercar. Uh, so for one to buy that car, that's gonna be about $2 million. Next, I don't know if you heard of the Ring Brothers.
Sounds familiar.
Okay, they
I'm
build
definitely
classic
googling
cars.
as we get off here.
Yeah, check out Ring Brother builds. They took a AMC Javelin and made it look immaculate. Like they do some crazy custom stuff. So that 959, I have to have two of them anyway, because I want to keep one original and build one.
Right.
So it would either go to the Ring Brothers or Singer. Singer is a top-notch Porsche builder
Mhm.
who builds them. And like, man, their interiors are next level. I know we see some nice stuff in the dunk game, old school
Mhm.
game, but I don't think it's on the level of Singer or Ring Brothers because
Right.
like just they subtle changes and stuff, maybe widening the body a millimeter here or rounding this off or squaring this off is, man, it's a work of art. It's like when we look at the Ferraris and stuff, man. Every new Ferrari that come out, they did
Yeah.
it again with the same shape. Or like Porsche, they did it again every time the Porsche 911. Same shapes. Car still looks new and fresh every time they bring one out. And
Right.
Singer and Ring Bros are like that. And I think I probably spent $1 million with Ring Bros of Singer to build it.
No. Okay.
And when I say build it, this is not just paint and interior and some wheels. No, I'm going to depth. I'm stripping this down to a bare body. I'm pulling out the seam sealer. If you ever look up on the hood of a car, you see the stuff that look like painted over glue, that seam sealer. I'm taking
Mhm.
all that out. I want my chassis seam welded. And what seam welding does is make it very, very stiff. It adds weight because you add metal, but it stiffens it up.
Mhm.
Next, I'm going a mix of polyurethane and solid aluminum bushings, solid aluminum spherical bushings.
Mhm.
What that would do with my suspension is make it very direct, give me a good road feel, make the car very, very responsive. Uh, on that car, I never build a car that's just focused on one thing. I try to build a well-rounded car. so I can enjoy it multiple ways and not just at the drag strip or just on the track. So I would kind of try to set the car up to where it performs and all of those. I would definitely have some Michelin Sport Cup 2 track tires on it that I would drive on, and those ain't even rated for wet weather driving, really, but you can get away with it. But I would probably have those on there. Probably 2 sets of wheels, one for the track, one for the street. The track compound pads. Once you get those hot and that stuff go to popping off and get on your wheel, it actually burn into the clear coat of your wheel. I messed up a pair of my wheels like that, not knowing and learning. Man, I probably have titanium custom exhaust built, probably titanium intake manifold. And titanium is very expensive, but for the heat properties and the weight properties, man, I'll go all out. I don't know if I would carbon fiber the car. A lot of people go carbon fiber route, but I don't particularly care for the different color body panel. So if I did carbon the car out, I would wrap over it or paint over it and put a color. That's one of my other things I hate, when people do a carbon fiber gas door or fenders and leave it like that. And man, paint that shit one solid color and be done.
Right.
But yeah, man, it would be some kind of extravagant build like that on a Porsche 959.
Okay. That's super dope. And then with all that being said, you said go ahead and give everybody your social so they can follow you. You said, because I know you got some more stuff coming up with your builds and everything.
Yeah. All right. You can find me on YouTube at One Gun Auto. That's WANGAN Auto Garage. You may see One Gun Auto. No, not One Gun Midnight. That's an anime. That's where I drew my inspiration for my name from. That should be first. Then once you put in auto, I should be next. If somebody else who create a channel with auto that pop up sometimes, but you know it's me, because I got actually my first build is the picture, which is a black 94 Nissan Altima. It may change, but it's either gonna be that Altima, a G35, or my Kia Stinger. And if I buy a new car, then that'll get added. But it's gonna be one of those three. Also, you can find me on Instagram at One Gun Auto. Also, I'm on Twitter at Just the Messenger. That's more of my event space, where you'll see me mention some wild shit. Like I gotta make a tweet today. Well, it's X. Let me get it correct. On X. Well, a guy told me that they wasn't financing luxury cars now, but he got approved for $18K. My wife works in finance. She finances. It's no such thing as not financing luxury cars. He just ain't got the money. But anyway, that's where you can find me at, man. If you got car questions, hit me up, and I will answer them for the small fee of $1. You may ask why I charge $1, because people like the guys just mentioned, they will call you, text you all times of the day, and ask you a question and want to hold you on the phone. So for the small price of $1, it usually weeds them out or slow them down or stop from asking.
Nothing wrong with that.
That $1 gets you about 15 to 20 minutes of my time of answering questions or going back and forth.
And you saying you spend $1 with him, you're getting some useful information. Y'all Negroes are spending $5.99 a month, was you saying some pictures that you can see for free the next day, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah. Hey man, that's another. I've been saying I'm gonna start OnlyFans with my feet on there. I got feminine looking feet. I keep saying I need to get me some foot fetish going on there.
Oh man, I'm gonna let you have that one, brother. That's
hey man. Hey, money is a problem.
Hey, I never knock the hustle. You know what I'm saying? Do you? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, man, if y'all like this video, make sure you smash that like button, turn on that bell notification.
Smash.
The video. Without further ado, I love you. Sean G loves you. Lil Dub loves you. We out of here, man. Peace.
The boy Dub Deuce in the building.
The Ohio Wheelman Series is the premier stock car racing series in Northeast Ohio, Michigan, and Indiana, and Redline Radio is proud to sponsor the Ohio Wheelman Series. There's no better way to get your company logo on some of the fastest stock cars in the state. Not to mention, local racers are some of the most loyal people when it comes to supporting our sponsors. Affordable Concrete Solutions is the way to get your driveway looking all spiffy after all them storms we've been having and all the water that's just destroying the concrete on your driveway, sidewalk, or maybe you just want to accent it, or maybe just seal it so that doesn't happen again. You can call them today at 440-714-1987 or email affordableconcretesolutions@gmail.com. Well, now you got your parts from Detroit Auto Parts, but who's going to put them on for you? Well, that would be Tuffy Auto Care. It's more than just a slogan. At Tuffy, we stand behind our work and promise that it will be done right, period, or we'll fix it for free. Tuffy is located at 649 Leona Street in Elyria. Your one-stop shop for vaping, CBD, and kratom in Elyria, Ohio is none other than Puff and Roll, your favorite local smoke shop located at 464 at North Abbey Road. You can contact them today, 440-444-4443. Ask for Dave and Dan, and when you do, you mention Redline Radio, and you get 10% off your purchase. AC not blowing cold? Heat not hot enough for you? Give Sensible Solutions HVAC a call, specializing in service, maintenance, repair, and installation. Give them a call today, 440-985-8387. Let's say you ordered a big shipment from Incredible Keepsakes and you need someone to get it to you. Well, that's when you contact All Pro Freight Systems. Large order freight shipping located in Northeast Ohio. One call hauls it all. All Pro Freight Systems located at 1200 Chester Industrial Parkway in Avon. Ask for Matt at 440-933-2222. If you're interested in advertising with Redline Radio, then give Dave a call at 440-503-0828. And for programming information, you can check out Redline Radio LLC.com or any of our social medias, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, X, whatever they're calling it nowadays, Twitch, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And to take Redline Radio on the go to listen to all of our great music and shows, download the Redline Radio LLC Android app at the Google Play Store today.